us on the road and I'm holding the phone. So, but something that I wanted to talk about is boundaries. And for the longest time, I struggled with boundaries and keeping to them and setting them and really just like second guessing myself in like setting a boundary. And what I mean by that is setting a boundary with the person who hurt me the most over many, many years, right? And so this person is family. If you know my story, then you know who I'm discussing, but it's not for me to keep bringing that up. But what I want to say with boundaries is the most important person in your life is yourself. Yourself, me, myself. That is the most important person, first and foremost. You need to, and I need to, and what I needed to do at the time was to make myself a priority. My mental health, my emotional health, because mental and emotional health has an effect on your physical health, I needed to make myself a priority. And around the times when I was deciding, like, okay, I need to set this boundary in place, I would second guess myself, always. And one thing that I regret is I regret that I wasn't putting myself first. I wish I was putting myself first and being like, no, this behavior is not acceptable. I did not deserve that behavior for years and years and years and years and years. And as a kid and as a teen, I didn't really have the choice to kind of escape it because I was, that behavior was coming into my childhood home, and I wasn't old enough to be able to just go and leave, right? And so, but as an adult, and as a young adult, what I wish I would have known now is that I wish that I would have put myself first. That I wish I would have been important enough to myself at the time to be like, this behavior is not what I will accept into my life. This is not okay. I will not be treated this way. And I'm not okay with this. And, I allowed myself to be treated like that for so many years that my self-talk to myself often was negative, right? Because of the things that I was told and called growing up, starting at a young age. And you often hear the thing, he or she, and you look at someone and, if they're acting a certain way or behaving a certain way, it's because they are a product of their environment. They are a product of what is around them. So if what is around them is negativity, chaos, any sort of thing that is a negative consequence, they then will become a product of their environment, right? And so for me, what happened was I sort of became something that I'm recovering from. Being a people pleaser, wanting to be loved, wanting to be liked, wanting to be, basically approved. Like, I would go and find love in all the wrong places. And for that, I was so ashamed of myself for so many years. So many years. Like, I would question myself in those times. Like, why am I doing this? Why? Like, why am I doing this? Like, I don't get it. And it just, at the times, would make me so sick, because I was like, why am I searching for love in all the wrong places? Why am I doing this? And I was so ashamed of myself for so many years for the behavior that I was exuding, and for the, I guess you could call it, promiscuity. I mean, I have learned to love myself and accept myself, and it took me a really long time, but I was really it was really hard on myself for a long time. I never understood, like, why am I searching for love? Why am I doing this? Why? And now, as I'm going through and doing the trauma healing, I understand that I was looking for love in all of the wrong places. I was searching for that need for validation, that need for being wanted, because I was abandoned and neglected by one of the most important people, or supposed to be the most important people in my life. And it has caused, I don't know, that's another story. And so all of the things, it's just hard. It's super hard. Trauma healing is, and mind you, I'm doing this all on my own, right? I'm doing this through podcasts, through YouTubes, through Instagram posts, through Facebook posts. I mean, you name it, and I'm doing it. And I have yet to go. I've never gone to therapy, and I'm open to it now. I just haven't made it a priority, and I need to. And I just keep saying that. And so on my drive today, I'm going to call them and make an appointment. I had an appointment scheduled, and the funny thing is I received a call while I was heavily medicated, waiting to go into surgery to have my big old birth of fibroid removed. And I just kind of was like diarrhea of the mouth with this gal on the phone, and I look back and I chuckle because it just cracks me up. But I really want to go into EMDR therapy. I think it would be healthy for me. I think that it would allow me to sort of continue to move forward, because what happens is I keep getting stuck, and I keep not knowing, listen to my English, I don't know, sometimes I'm triggered and I don't know what I'm feeling or why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, is because there's so much to unpack in Pandora's box, right? Like, sometimes it just hits you in the face and you're like, oh, that's what's bugging me. That is what's bugging me. I apologize. The roads here in Alaska are, they're in Alaska roads. So, but I want to just share that boundaries are for you and you only. Don't ever think that you need to think about the other person. You place boundaries to protect your mental health, to protect your emotional health, and to protect your physical and spiritual health, because all of them are intertwined. One is not separate from the other. They are all intertwined together. And so it's okay to put boundaries up. It's okay to say, this behavior is unkind and I do not receive it, and I will not accept it into my life. Because if we start accepting unkind behavior, what happens is if you hear something over a long period of time, and at least what happened for me was I looked within myself and I started second guessing myself, because once you hear it over and over again, and what I heard over and over again became a lot of my self-talk, right? Negative self-talk, because I had heard it for so many years. You start thinking, am I what this person is saying that I am? Am I this? Am I? And you just start, and for me, I just started questioning, and second guessing myself. And I have a booger. I've had a booger here this whole time. Gross. Anyways. But I just thought, maybe I am what this person is calling me, because I've heard it for so many years. So put boundaries in place if you need to. I hope you never have to put boundaries in place. I hope you never have to put a restraining order on a family member, because it's not fun. It's hard. It's hard work. But I've learned that my mental health is so important, and it's so much more important that I have to do this in order to protect my peace, to protect my health, to be able to be the best version of myself, to receive only kindness into my life. And I will not receive unkindness just because that person is a family member. That's not okay, and that behavior is not okay either. When someone says, well, they're your family, yeah, I'm fully aware they are my family. I've been aware they've been a part of my family since I was a kid. That's not healthy. That's not healthy to hear that. If someone is sharing something with you, and if it's about someone who's, then they're struggling, you just validate them in that moment. I'm really sorry that's happening to you. How can I help you? How can I support you? That might be better than saying, well, they're family. That has always been something that I've struggled with for over the years, is when someone, when I would share anything and someone would say, well, they're your family. Yeah, they are my family. But they're treating me unkindly, and I don't have to accept that behavior. And that is okay. That's okay. So, that was a long ramble about about boundaries in general. If someone is treating you unkindly over and over and over and over again, it is okay to be like, I will not accept this behavior. This is not okay. I don't receive it. And this is what I will accept. And you can outline what you will accept. And if that person continues to cross those lines and treat you disrespectfully, it's okay to put a boundary in place. Anyways, I am driving to my appointment. We are going to see what happens. This was a long ramble about boundaries, and I hope that wherever you find this, that I hope that this kind of helps. And like I said, I'm healing from 30 plus years of trauma. I share it, and I share what's helped me, and I share what doesn't help me, and I hope you found this helpful. So, Brianna,